Alright guys, so Ninja Andrew back again to take another look at a weapon today. Today I'm going to be looking at the HBRa3, or as I am going to refer to it, the Hombre. Hombre for men. If you know that reference. So the description here says fully automatic, first 3 rounds of a burst fire faster, best in class handling. So let's see what they mean. Okay, so first 3 rounds of a clip fire faster. Okay. And then you can see it slows down. It sort of has like a bark almost with that first, and there's like an echo of the bark. If I pulse it, you can hear sort of the double bark. That bark also will help you to determine like how long you should hold the trigger, because most enemies will die within that bark. Or at least the double bark. And as you can see, the sight profile here, very closed, very high on the walls as well. This type of sight specifically would be my preference for if you were going to be doing a lot of prone type gameplay, just because for whatever reason it feels like it's like, I don't know, more clear to move up diagonally and look around rather than some of the other sites. But that's just my own personal opinion, guys. And something else that I've noticed about this gun, I'm guessing that to simulate that larger bullet that this gun probably has in real life, this gun feels a lot more inaccurate than some of the other guns in this class. So something to pay attention to, and obviously like I've been saying in the other videos, if you are moving around, this weapon is going to be much more wildly inaccurate, right, than if you were standing still and burst firing, or even just standing still and probably firing. Probably still better than moving and firing, just the spread and all that. So let's take it onto the range and see how she does. You can see here, pretty standard, I would call it, burst firing capabilities when compared with the other guns. You're going to be able to take out targets with a burst or so. Sometimes it's going to obviously take you more, and because it's not the most accurate gun in the world, you are going to want to make the best of that burst fire functionality. Let's try aiming down sights. So, not my preference for running around with this kind of sight. If I was going to use this gun for any significant amount of time, I would probably put a red dot on it just to open up the sight profile a little bit more. And as you can see, like, if you listen to the sound effect, within the time that it takes to get that sort of bark noise and then the bark echo, you'll hear that it makes like a noise after I finish firing, essentially. I think that's sort of like an audible clue that they've sort of given you to sort of help you to determine how long you should be shooting this gun when you're firing it at targets. I would say overall performance on this gun is, I almost want to call this like improved average. Like it's pretty average performance, because it's going to do what you want it to do. Like when you're aiming down the sights, whether it's a target that's at close range or long range, the gun is going to kill them if you get out a burst, just like on any of the other modes. The particular advantage to using this gun, I think that's more of a relative advantage. I think this gun probably has better long-range capability, but with that long-range capability comes a reduced ability to do short-range combat, just because of how wild. Like, if I can't like really simulate running and jumping around in here, but if you were shooting wildly, let's try, fully automatic. It works, but it's just got so much spread, and if you were moving around in addition to that, it's just not as good as some of the other guns are for that close range type of combat. Now, long range, I would say that this has a really good chance of, like, compare it to the other, the ARX 160 for range. This one you can fire fully automatic at range, whereas the IRX is a burst fire. So this is sort of your long range, fully automatic assault rifle, and not a bad one. I think that you can do some great improvements to it with some weapons attachments, and I'll cover that in a separate weapons attachment video when I get around to playing with this weapon. Woo. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of an impression of just sort of what this gun looks like, operates like, how it feels to fire it, in the sense that you can get from watching a video. And hopefully you guys like that. If you did, please hit the button, and join me again next time where I'll be taking a look. I think it's the IMR. So thanks, guys. Woo.